welcome to this expert interview. I'm Sophie Baker, the Director of Programming for the World Pension Summit, and I'm very pleased to welcome here Michael Huttman, Founder and Chairman at Millennium Global Investments. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Sophie. Thank you very much for having me.
Not at all. Thank you for joining me. So in the run-up to the World Pension Summit in The Hague this October, we are conducting some expert interviews with our expert additions and our expert panelists. And looking forward to welcoming you to the conference and to some of our panels. But in the run-up, we wanted to get to know you and Millennium Global Investments a little bit more. So can you tell us a little bit about the company and your role with the firm?
Of course. Thank you for having me. Millennium Global Investment has been going since 1994, and we are one of the leading specialist currency managers out there. Our mission is to harness the currency issues for institutions, and we deliver currency management, currency execution, and advisory. And we're one of the more established currency managers, independent currency managers now in the world. As far as my role is concerned, I am the chairman of the company and the founder. I founded this company in 1994. And I'm the guardian, I guess, of the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps are, as a lot of pension funds know, the process, the people, and the performance of what's going on.
Fabulous. And what's the AUM at Millennium Global Investment?
Our AUM at the moment is around $19 billion. And still growing.
Why is currency management so important for institutional investors, especially at the moment? You know, all we hear about is volatility. So why is it so important?
So currency management is an important factor. It's one of the very few risks that most global investors have that they never wanted, right? If you think about it, and a lot of our clients are based in the US and in Europe, continental Europe, as well as Switzerland, they invest abroad in equities or bonds. And the objective there is to get diversification. The volatility that currencies have had and have right now has increased post the financial crisis in 2008 and post-COVID, where central banks have had this monetary policies in various countries diverging, creating currency volatility. Hence, it needs to be managed.
What are the options for institutional investors to manage their currency risk? We're still talking about the risk side, very fitting with the panel that you're joining us on, of course.
Well, look, currency risk is an interesting risk because it's not necessarily attached to a long-term expected return from that passive risk, as you have in equities or bonds or real estate or others. So the options for an institution is to do nothing. And a lot of people do nothing. When they invest globally, they keep the currency that their assets are in and just let the volatility hit the portfolio in a random fashion. And well, if it's tolerable, that's fine. But having random risk in a portfolio is normally not suboptimal. And most people will want to do something with it. What can they do with it? The first one is hedge it, have some kind of risk mitigation approach through passive hedging, enhanced passive, dynamic hedging, or they can also have it actively managed in order to get some diversification in their international portfolio, separating the returns from the underlying assets on the one hand and the currency on the other. The advantage of that is you get a degree of diversification that's very attractive from an asset allocation standpoint.
And I'm guessing there's also a sort of alpha side to this, potentially, a sort of alpha active currency strategy there, right?
Yes, and in varying degrees. The last thing you want to do for a pension fund is, well, the last thing they want to do is turn a pension fund into a currency fund. I'd love it, but that's not what the business is about. The business is about dealing with existing risk in the portfolio, A, either get rid of it, or B, part of that existing risk, try and have some expected return attached to it. And the alpha side there is very attractive because it's uncorrelated with equities or bonds, and it comes from three different types of strategies mainly. It comes from either momentum observation, it comes from carry, or it comes from value analysis, or a combination thereof. And there are numerous strategies which I'd love to spend ages to talk about with most of your constituents, but I'll refrain from that now.
You've got to have time to do that in October, absolutely. Well, Michael, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. Look forward to welcoming you to the World Pension Summit in The Hague, October the 10th to the 12th. Welcome you on the panel and also the keynote session too. And thank you for your expert interview.
Thank you very much, Sophie.
Thank you.